As a Warlock main throughout Vanilla Destiny, I was a fan of the Warlock exotic gauntlets, the Sunbreakers, although at the time, they were probably better described as the Xerbreakers. Being quite a simple and plain exotic, the Sunbreakers were revamped in the Taken King, but that still didn't promote their use all that much further. Now it is pretty rare to see the Sunbreakers used in any content, despite its capabilities of being an excellent lockdown exotic in both PvE and PvP. So what changed with the Sunbreakers in the Taken King update? Well, let's look at the perks and try to figure out why the Sunbreakers continue to be such an unpopular exotic. So much like the Khepri Sting that was featured in the previous episode, the Sunbreakers have a fixed perk in the middle tree slot, but instead of being Switchblade, which provided a faster melee attack cooldown, the Sunbreakers have Energy Projection, which increases grenade throw distance. While the perk isn't particularly bad, and can actually be really useful in some scenarios, it does mean that you have no other way to increase your melee attack speed, as the other middle tree perk is the same bonus melee or grenade energy from grenade or melee energy hit perk. Having no perk to increase melee attack speed does limit this exotic in a way, but since the Sunbreakers are already fully tuned for grenades, it shouldn't be a problem. You also get the same rerollable weapon loader perks, which can be tweaked to your liking. The exotic perk extends the duration of your solar grenade, and gives you a second solar grenade charge. So this means your solar grenades last for about 6 seconds instead of the standard 3 seconds, and you get Gift of the Sun from the Sunsinger skill tree for free, but only if you use solar grenades. The vanilla version of this exotic didn't grant a second grenade, but given you could just run Gift of the Sun if you wanted, it wasn't a big problem. This exotic was probably one of the go-to choices in Vanilla Destiny, particularly as there weren't too many other Sunsinger exotics, and Xur didn't sell the Heart of the PRAXIC Fire for a very long time. But upon the release of the new Sunsinger-based exotics, such as the STARFIRE Protocol, Purifier robes, and the neutral exotics like the Claws of AHAMKARA, the Sunbreakers never really received a fair trial. Still, I believe the Sunbreakers are still a decent exotic to use in both PvE and PvP, so I'll analyse the subclass build and suggest some optimal environments. So for the subclass, you'll need to be a Sunsinger with solar grenade. Because you get the Gift of the Sun perk for free, you can either use Angel of Light, letting you stay airborne momentarily while aiming, plus giving you a little bit of extra agility, or Touch of Flame, set enemies on fire from your grenades. I would suggest Touch of Flame, which actually couples well with Viking Funeral, which provides a damage debuff for you and your allies. Using Viking Funeral is optional. You could also use Radiant Will to increase your super duration, which is another excellent choice, or you could use Sunburst to create orbs of light for scorched melee kills. While I'm a big fan of the Sunburst and Brimstone build, I wouldn't recommend it here as it requires a strong melee configuration, and since the Sunbreakers don't have a melee attack speed perk, I'd give Sunburst a miss. Other perks are fairly optional, but I like to stay away from self-res and go with Song of Flame. I should also point out that since the Sunbreakers are a grenade-centric exotic, it is best to max out your discipline stat. Okay, so where would the Sunbreakers and the Solar Grenade build be useful? Well, starting with PvE, Solar Grenades are excellent at crowd control and room clearing, and with a 6-second duration, they can work very well against major rats too. Against bosses and ultras though, solar grenades deal reasonable damage and can trigger the damage debuffs, but the only limiting factor of solar grenades is that the damage doesn't stack. What I mean is that if you throw 5 or so solar grenades at a boss during Radiance, all the grenades will deal an initial damage, but only one will deal a continuous damage. It is for this reason that solar grenades are better suited to crowd control and adds, while fusion grenades are the better choice against a boss. But still, you can completely light up a room with a Sunbreaker enhanced solar grenades, and even provide protection for yourself and others by standing in your solar grenade flare. A situational but incredibly useful feature for PvE. So what about PvP? Sunsingers started to see less use after the Firebolt nerf, so fusion grenades tended to become the more commonly used grenade for the subclass. Solar grenades can be incredibly powerful in PvP though, but it will depend on how well you can place them. I should mention in Mayhem, running a Touch of Flame solar grenade build enhanced by the Sunbreakers can be incredibly obnoxious to fight, with an endless rapid cooldown on the grenades. All in all, I would rank the Sunbreakers as one of the best exotics in the game for Sunsingers, up there with PRAXIC Fire. I'm not sure why the popularity of the Sunbreakers is so low at the moment, but I think it definitely has the potential to be a top class exotic. So let me know what you think of the Sunbreakers. Are they any good, or would you rather go with something else for a Sunsinger? Either way, thanks for watching guys. Feel free to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and I'll catch you on the next video.